Welcome to another BFS Shark Tank. A few of the stories we'll be looking at today is Spirit Week, high school basketball, and senior interviews. Hello, we're happy to see you again.
In this particular episode, we will be talking about the events that took place in last quarter and upcoming ones. BFS has created many different ways to bring community and students together. One of the ways is Spirit Week. During the Spirit Week, each day has a specific theme. On Monday, students came in their pajamas. On Tuesday, students came as twins. Wednesday was a wacky day, and on Thursday, BFS students came in their shark t-shirts.
Earlier this quarter, Student Council has prepared Spirit Week in order to show our spirit for the school. It was an opportunity for the students and the staff to experience a different aspect of school life. Spirit Week has brought excitement to BFS, which made it a memorable week. Let's see what others have to say about this topic. Why did you guys choose this topic?
We wanted to have the Spirit Week because we just came back from winter break, so we wanted to kind of raise the school spirit a bit, and then we thought that having the Spirit Week would be perfect.
I think that Spirit Week brought us together as a community because we got to see different sides of each other. We got to see a more fun-loving side of each other and get to know people better throughout the week based on what they wore.
How was the spirit around the school during Spirit Week?
I think it was really positive. The teachers and the students were really into it, and it was very comfortable as well, especially on pajama day because everybody was in their pajamas.
What is your favorite day of Spirit Week?
Pajama day because you get to be in the most comfortable clothes ever.
What do you like about Spirit Week?
It allows students to be weird and feel a way that they didn't feel before.
That was a good sunny day. The middle school volleyball teams recently had their final tournament hosted by BFS and BAFS. The girls team worked hard during the day and showed a great resilience, and boys showed strong sportsmanship and eventually won the tournament.
That sounds great. In other sports news, BFS recently joined the second athletic event based in Jeju called Kaisak. Our new athletic director, Mr. Gallas, has taken steps for us to integrate our program with theirs. One of the sports featured in our program is basketball. Let's find out more.
Hello, my name is Alina Khan and I'm from Digital Media Creation class. Last month, our high school basketball teams went on a trip to Jeju for Kaisak basketball tournament. Let's check out the details.
My favorite part was the part where we actually played the game because it was really good experience to play with other schools outside of SCAC. When I first played basketball, I played just for fun. It gave me passion to play. So it was great because it's the best tournament I've ever been in. It was one of the best tournaments. Yeah, I learned a lot of skills and a lot of plays from other schools. So I think we can use that next year so we can be better.
I really enjoyed coaching. It was great to reflect on my own experiences playing basketball and learning from my dad about how to be the best coach and encourage all the girls and guys. My favorite part of the trip was getting to know the high schoolers and seeing a new area of South Korea. I would have to say eventful because we packed a lot of tourist stuff in and we played a lot of diverse teams. And yeah.
I'm so proud of BFS for doing so well. Last week, the high school futsal team had their first tournament at HIS on March 16. The girls won 2 of their 3 games, fighting hard until the end. The boys finished the day undefeated with the sense of proudness.
Hello BFS, welcome to the Shark Tank. The high school futsal season has recently kicked off. The boys and girls team have been working hard for their upcoming tournament. We interviewed some teachers and students about the futsal season. How excited are you for the futsal season?
I'm really excited for the futsal season where since I haven't played futsal in quite a while and I am a bit rusty, I guess, but I'm really excited for it and I'm looking forward for big rooms of improvement for myself and the team itself.
What are your goals for the futsal team?
Goals, I guess, is try to learn new positions. I've played goalie for like the past 4 years. I've played futsal, and it's not boring, but I do want to try out different positions as well. So maybe that's one thing I want to improve on, or my goal is.
What do you most like about soccer?
I like the people in the soccer team because they are very encouraging and they are very helpful even though I make mistakes.
Why did you join soccer?
I joined soccer because I wanted to join a variety of sports and soccer was available and it also sounded very interesting.
What is your favorite part of coaching soccer?
Well, I love to coach. Almost, I would coach any sport if I could. Coaching students allows me to see them in a different light, as opposed to in the classroom or here in my office. I really get to see students, a different dimension of them, and I get a better understanding of who they are as a person. So it's pretty enjoyable to see them in a different environment than in the classroom.
And what are your expectations for this soccer season?
Well, the boys are always competitive. They're always quite good. They're always pretty much a top 4 team. And the thing about futsal is really one goal can make the difference. And I think our boys have a shot of winning the tournament just like every year. And it just depends on a little bit of luck, keeping healthy, making sure there's no major injuries, and working hard.
That was such an amazing event.
BFS 7th grader Amy Chung recently got second place in the National Spelling Bee. Many know what Spelling Bee is, but we also want to let others know what History Bee and Bow is. Shark Tank reporter Jack Chung is ready to give us the introduction.
Hi, my name is Jade, and I'm from the Digital Media Creation class. As many of you know, Mr. Isart is a very passionate science teacher, but not many of you know that he's also the director of the History Bee and Bowl team. Our Shark Tank team decided to interview Mr. Isart to figure out how the season is going so far.
I do want students to do well. I hope they get awards. I hope our teams do well. We do prepare hard. But at the end of the day, when I look at these type of activities, I'm going to think about what will this help you in 10, 15 years, and it's going to be because it helped you know history. It engendered a love of social events and geography and things like that. And that is always my primary goal for anything like this, is that you enjoy history, you get more into it, and you just know more about it, because I think that academic knowledge is a much better goal than just winning an award.
During this year's season, I liked how I made new friends during the History Bee and Bowl. Her name is Rebecca and she was from another school, but it was really interesting because she had similar interests as me, and I liked how we were able to compete during the History Bee, and I'm glad I made a new friend.
So far, History Bee and Bowl, it's been a great experience for a lot of people that joined this year, and I think that even if you don't really like history, you should still join it because you get great opportunities to meet new friends and get to know your peers better. And so far, it's been really fun for me because I've been doing it for 2-3 years now, and I am thinking of joining next year as well.
For History Bowl, it's sometimes hard to prepare specifically for it, unlike something like, say, Spelling Bee, where you're just spelling words. History, there's a huge amount of questions and a huge range of questions, and you can focus on one particular aspect, say Roman history, but there might only be a few Roman history questions. So the best way to prepare, honestly, is just to read a ton, go through a bunch of questions, just absorb as much historical information as possible. Because the questions could come from anywhere. They could be modern history, they could be the events of last week, they could be the events of 3,000 years ago. In the bowl, you could have students specialize, but again, then you're running the risk of, they don't have a category that's English history today, so that person's really not going to be that helpful. So I think just being immersed in history, reading a lot, general histories, studying the questions and stuff is about the best way you can prepare for something like that.
That's wonderful. Our digital media creation class has created a promotional video about Russian community at BFS. We want to show you a sneak peek about the advertisement made by Ilya and Vitaly.
Hello BFS!
my name is Ilya Kim, and today I'm going to talk to you about BFS Russian students. Our Russian students have a long legacy of big successes, and today you're going to find out more in our story.
I like my classmates, and I like how teachers are kind and respectful to students.
The one thing that I like about BFS is that every teacher in BFS is a whole package. They're very nice, they're very generous, they're very understanding. I really like the teachers here in BFS.
I really like the accepting community because students care about each other, and we usually have this like mutual trust between teachers and students. We usually don't cheat like in other schools people do. Like we can trust each other that we're not going to like copy off of each other's work and stuff.
This is wonderful.
The world is changing drastically, so is BFS. One of the classes that we have in BFS is Makerspace class. Let's check it out.
Hi everyone, my name is Yikong Wang. This is Sharpby. Today we are gonna discover an interesting class called Makerspace. Makerspace make very many interesting products, include 3D printing projects, wood crafting, and many other interesting products. Let's figure out their secret.
Okay, so some of the additions I wanted to add to Makerspace were just some stuff that I knew about. So we added things like building and working on computers, designing computers, primarily PCs. Some of the other stuff I've added is a lot more metal work. So working with wires, having the kids do some basic welding and some casting as well with aluminum. And then one of the things we're working on right now, which you can currently, I'm sure, hear in the background, is the 3D printer that's going. So including a lot more elements of computer design, 3D printing, and just some sort of modern construction techniques and working on things. We also eventually will work with some Arduinos, which I have the kids over there, and then sort of just include a lot more design elements in the second half of the class. The thing that certainly takes the most time is sourcing materials. You know, there's a language barrier. It's not anywhere near as common here in Korea to have like large, big supply stores for things like wood, tools, things like that. So it usually involves me tracking down things to like 6 or 7 different stores and having to visit them after school. So just sourcing it and preparing the materials for the kids is probably honestly the most time-consuming and hardest part of the class. Sure, so we just received the 3D printer last week. So right now the projects we're working on are just basic projects to sort of teach kids some of the basics of how to do some modeling online and then convert that into a physical project. So I've given them a rubric here, and so they're building just some basic sort of artistic projects. So one will be a pendant, one will be a companion cube. You know, both of these will be kind of decorated with basic shapes and text. And then I'm also going to allow them just to have some free time to do a free print of their own of, you know, whatever object they want to print. Some are going for something functional, like a cell phone case. Some are going for something more artistic, like a figurine. Just to have them familiar and comfortable with a 3D printer before I then move that, okay, well, now that you know how to use it, we'll use it for things like designing a building and being able to build parts of the building with a 3D printer. You know, kids, their parents buy things for them, and they don't really understand how long it takes to make those things. And I think part of this class is teaching you, no, it actually takes quite a long time to make even simple things like furniture. So, you know, we had a basic birdhouse, and it looks pretty simple, but, you know, it took the students probably 4 weeks or so to build. And admittedly, they're only coming in like 45 minutes a day. We have activities and other stuff going on. But it just, everything takes much more time than you think it does.
The current project I'm working on is with my table groups. My table group and I are working on Arduino, which is basically making a circuit. When we make a circuit, it's challenging, since if we make a mistake, we'll have to plug it in different places. And that's actually the fun part of it.
Right now we are learning about robotics and making our own little robot so that we can make it move and go into a little robot fight with other robots. Because I want to be able to build stuff with my hands, and it also gives me an opportunity to make my own Christmas presents or gifts for my family.
The most challenging part of Makerspace is understanding what to do. If you don't understand what you have to do, you won't be able to create anything. So if you know what you have to do, then it's easier for you to create whatever you want to.
I learned so much stuff. Everything from how to use a hammer the right way to how to make a working robot.
Digital Media Creation class is starting a new series to introduce students at BFS to go to the new places during their free time. Let's check out the first installment.
Hey guys, we're out here in Haeundae Beach to visit an interesting place called Breakout Escape Room, which is a place where you are locked up in a room, of course legally, and you have to solve problems in order to get out of the room. Let's go! While you wait for your room to be prepared, you can also play puzzles or other games.
저희 브레이크아웃 이스케이프는 다른 방탈출과 좀 다르게요. 캐릭터를 선정을 해서 그 캐릭터의 능력을 가지고 게임을 풀어나갈 수 있는 독특한 시스템이 좀 특별한 게임방이고요. 많은 고객님들이 찾으시면서 재밌게 놀고 즐기고 있습니다. 최근에 사람들이 이제 놀거리가 많이 되게 식상해져서 새로운 놀거리나 문화를 많이 찾고 있는 것 같고요. 그런 부분에 있어가지고 방탈출 게임이라는 게 전 세계적으로 좀 새로운 어떤 놀거리 문화를 이끌어가고 있는 것 같습니다.
After you're done with escaping the room, you can take pictures with cool props and signs at the photo booth. Please come visit Breakout, the escaping room with your friends to have fun. See you next time.
If you'd like to watch more, head to our BFS YouTube channel. There you'll find an additional video.
Last year, Smile United Nations team traveled to Singapore to compete in MUN annual tournament. This year, our MUN team is working hard to prepare for the international competition in Seoul. We interviewed Mr. Nina to see how they are going.
My name is Jake from the Digital Media Creation class. Our team made a video about Mr. Nino's MUN club. We interviewed Mr. Nino to find out about how his teaching techniques affect the club. Things that have motivated you in the past to study international relations.
Well, when I was going to grade school, the Vietnam War was raging, and people were getting drafted, and there were protests all over the country. And that was the first thing that I found interesting, because I knew that we were going to war, and I realized I had trouble even pointing Vietnam out on the map. So for me, that was a big thing. Also, the Six-Day War in 1967, I was like about 8 years old, and that was huge. Everyone was talking about it. And so for me, that made me realize that there was stuff outside beyond the world that I had.
How does teaching in Korea change the way you teach MUN?
Well, one thing that was interesting was all of a sudden you look at the world from a different perspective. It's like taking the globe and tilting it to a new site and looking at it that way. And one thing that made me really appreciate just how important China is. China and everything happening around that right now. And then also, it was interesting for me, all the Russian kids that were here. And so I felt like I had to bring in more things that related to Russia as well.
This is incredible. In a couple of months, BFS seniors are graduating and heading to their universities. Their hard work helped them land in top universities of the world. They're gonna give some advice for younger students.
Hello.
BFS.
In this particular project, we're gonna ask seniors to give an advice to
Freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. Also, we're gonna ask them what makes BFS unique.
Can you tell us something about your senior year?
It was very memorable because of all the sports that we did and going to Jeju and all that, and made a lot of new good friends, and I think
it's also a relief because of all like the college apps are over and everything. So I think that's what sums up my senior year.
Well, my senior year's been pretty alright so far, I guess. It was a little stressful at first, but you kind of get used to it after a while. So.
Senior year. My senior year was really great, and I really loved it.
My senior year has been pretty easy. I didn't really take a lot of hard classes like APs, so I'm really enjoying it. And especially now there's only like 3 months left till school is over, so it's just really relaxing.
If you could relive your senior year, what would you do?
I would not wait. I would not procrastinate as much as I did, because the projects and the assignments compound.
What makes BFS unique?
I think BFS is just, since it's such a small community, I think it's very unique. So then I get to play many different sports and I get to know everyone in the school rather than like a regular public school where you might not know everybody.
In your personal opinion, what can prepare people for their senior year?
I think definitely is what other people can do to prepare for senior year is look at the Common App and all the stuff you need to do for applying for college and do it ahead of time, because a lot of people procrastinate till the end and they don't get to they have to rush at the end and it's not very it's not a good time, so you should do that earlier. Yeah.
I guess BFS is pretty unique since there's a lot of diversity in the school, I guess. Because, I mean, at my old school, it wasn't very diverse. It was just like all people like me, basically, just like white people. But then you come here and there's people from all over the world, and it offers a pretty unique perspective on life, I guess. So.
BFS is unique in a way that it's really friendly to each other, and because of its small size, the teachers are really close to the students, and a lot of students they all know who's whom and they're all close to each other, so I think it's unique in that way.
How can you survive your senior year? I guess try not to procrastinate too much.
A way to survive senior year is to not to take a lot of hard courses and just take it easy and relax.
Be prepared that there's going to be a lot of work and it doesn't end, and you think it's going to be an easy year, but it's not. So just be ready for that.
That's pretty much my only advice. It's kind of hard to survive senior year. You just kind of got to power through it, I guess. That's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us.
See you in the next episode.
Busan Foreign School is an international school with American-style education, philosophy, and curriculum. Our mission is to inspire each learner by providing education services that nurture their social, intellectual, emotional, and physical growth. Our students are prepared to enter top-tier universities worldwide as responsible, contributing citizens in a rapidly changing world. Our ongoing commitment to intercultural understanding and strong partnership between students, parents, and guardians, teachers, and the community enable us to achieve this in a caring and supportive environment. Now here you can enjoy our footage of our school.